Well, hello everybody. Monte here, Kerbal Space Program 2 for Science, Early Access, Exploration, all that good stuff. This episode we are heading to Minmus via probe. So, got a little less control on this rocket. I am times warping it into orbit while I give my little introduction. Oh, look at that. I even remembered some nice things like pressing the F2 button to hide the HUD. Anyway, hopefully we'll do a 2-mission knockout. We need to get more science so I can get the parts so we can actually go to Minmus and land and return. And mission adder, save Valentina on the way. On the way, I think, because Valentina is always been one of our first out there in space, a lot of space missions, so she really wants to go to Minmus. So that's our plan. But this is, see, it's a little wonky, but I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm controlling it via remote, probe, all that good stuff. This probe's mission is to go into low orbit and high orbit of Minmus and give us both of those pieces of science. That alone should give us what we need, but we'll see. By going to Minmus with a probe, that unlocks missions, and as we know, when we finish a mission, it unlocks new missions. So we'll see if we do that before or after the moon rescue. But left some good fuel on the main stage for extra measure. I'm getting myself in a nice little orbit here. Fairings off, solar panels plopping on out, and we're going to go from here. So, yay! Right? No VAB. We started right off into it this episode, and we're going to keep on keeping on. All right. Well, welcome back. We are now in map view after getting into Kerbal orbit. And I made a very simple maneuver. Just created a maneuver, and we are going prograde. That's it. And we have a Minmus encounter. So pretty nice, actually, because it's happening right here. Remember, Minmus has a little wonkiness to its orbit, so it's not all equatorial like some of the other planets or like the moon. So hitting it right here is a nice thing to do. So we're going to time warp to this. We're going to hit maneuver point here. We're going to view Kerbal fly on by. Going to go ahead and slow it down now because it's going to take some time to flippity it around. We haven't taken a nice, like, close look. We'll get these other... I might as well open them now, right? Why not? Did I get lights with this thing? I did bring lights. Very cool. And we can change the color of them at any time. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we're not moon-bound. We're Minmus-bound. Let me get out of here. We got places to be, things to turn. I have RCS fuel we could use. Yeah, I'm going to use it a little bit. We got a minute 56 and then a 39-second burn. There we go. That was good enough. I'm going to go ahead and say warp to maneuver while we're locked onto that point. Good enough. And burn. So yep, this will burn us out. We got plenty of fuel. Not too worried about it. I love that we can now just do this maneuver early on. It used to be, I think KSP, I don't know if it was a mod or not, but like your Kerbal leveled up in career mode, and when they leveled up, they could do more maneuvers. That was pretty cool, like they were pilots. So I'm definitely looking forward to the future of KSP2. Like, to me, I feel like, oh, they've just been working on this and science has been here all along because I just picked up the game in December. Science is new. Now I should just be doing my 39-second burn, but I started it early because I don't always live by the rules, even though I should in space. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down. Oh, we had a moon encounter. I'm going to slow this down even more and slow the engine way down and stop it. What I'm going to do is focus over here We can actually see what's happening. Like if I give it a little bit more gas. Oops. Oh, we hit something. Oh, we hit the moon. So that was an interesting little early encounter. So there we go. That was interesting. See, we can get way in here. Oh, almost too far. See, that swung us to the other side. But that's fine. We can stop messing around. We can do tighter burns. I could adjust something else I could do. Might as well show that here, right? Like if I right click on the engine, I could limit the thrust because it was a little too much. Actually, I'm going to do a 50% limit. I'm probably going to forget, but that's fine. So we're in it. I'm going to get rid of the maneuver. We have a Minmus encounter. Wow, and look what it would do. We would go in, we would hit Minmus, and it would like pop us in this new orbit. But that's not what's going to happen. We're going to warp here. We're going to warp here. We are going to go retrograde. Warp to get to this point. Oh, a little more. There we go. Now we're in this bubble. So what I want to do is go retrograde and time warp to this point. We can do this from here. Turn on RCS. And there she is. Minmus. Looking slightly green. So all we're trying to do is get a little bit closer to our Minmus PE. And once we're there, it always starts me like zoomed way in. So as you can see, our PE is going to be in 6 minutes. So I can even control that here. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. We're aiming pretty good retrograde. So what I'm going to do is go to the map view and fire my engines. Pull this in. Could have waited a little bit longer, but got plenty of fuel. So there's orbit, and we're going to go ahead and bring her way in. That's good. 11. Pretty sure 11. We don't want to get too close and just smack right into it. But 11 should be low orbit, so here we go. And we even came here with all this extra fuel, unprepared. We're going to turn our lights on. I have a plan for that. What I'm going to do is get in a orbit where we would be crashing, or get out of orbit, release it, and then use our RCS fuel to get back in orbit. And this will crash, and this won't. But for now, we have science to do. High orbit. And I'm going to go ahead and submit. We have the electronic goodness. We have the juice. There's Kerbal in the background. 70 science on the way. We just sent it right off into Kerbal. And then let's time warp to here. Getting real close. A little bit on the dark side, but we're getting close. Now we are in low orbit of the snow drifts, and that came with better science. That was 80. We're going to transmit that for another 120. Now, a question is, not pulling me in. 11,668. Ah, see, there's some changes happening here. And it's because we are like right above the surface. Man, not Not a good time for that. So, what I want to do is we're going to time warp out here. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to hit the stage off into here and all of that jazz. But for now, actually, it doesn't matter. It's in orbit and we are good here. So, escape. We're going to go to mission control. That's our bad signal. So let's get our 400 science. So we got 70 plus 80 plus 400. Nice. All right, holy smokes, director. That was flawless. Fewer flaws than normal. We love to see it. Fewer flaws that, well, zero, flawless is 0 flaws. Anyway, most importantly, it is a signal, we didn't go all the way out here for nothing signal. Plus, there's a new waypoint for you to follow. When you're ready for your next mission. Ooh, new waypoints. Also, licensing the footage from all these recent missions has meant we can afford some new perks. Did you see the floor-to-ceiling television we installed in the break room? I'm surprised we managed to decode the message at all with all the distractions. The message? Oh yeah, sorry for bearing... Okay, come on now. Like, they're all distracted by their TV. It says, welcome, younger sibling. Is what we decoded out of the mission. Us? We're the younger sibling? Do you understand the gravity of this discovery? We have proof of an advanced civilization beyond Kerbal. And we can debunk the installation artist theory. Oh yeah, that an artist went there before us and installed the thing. It's time to get down there and find the source of the signal. I hope it's housed within another monumental structure. Hey, I like the sound of that. Let's call the monuments. Let's call them monuments. Okay. Orbit a probe. Thanks, science. So, Minmus Monument for 750 science. Just kind of like on the moon, I assume. Little chonker. Land a vessel on Minmus with over 200 tons. Tons! That's like let's land a space colony on Minmus. Okay, we'll figure out that. Keostationary orbit. Using a vehicle with a probe core, orbit Kerbal at an altitude of 2,863 kilometers and an orbit speed of 1010 milliseconds. Okay, don't worry about the speed. Okay, I know what this. So geostationary orbit means you're so far away but from the planet and you're in orbit that from the satellite or the probe, it'll look like you're always over the same point of the planet. So you're... Yeah. Anyway, you're like, if you're over the United States, you're always over the United States kind of a thing. So if you're over Kerbal Space Center, we'll always be over Kerbal Space Center. So anywho's, there you have it. When you're in lower orbit, you orbit fast. Anyway, I have a feeling we can pull that off with our... No way. With our satellite that has already given us multiple mission successes. This little tiny Kerbal... Where is it? Not Minmus. Our default name 3. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, this little guy. I love it. I love it. There we go. Lights are now working. Oh, that's right. They're blinky lights. So I have blinky lights on this little guy. I have some monopropellant left. Not a lot. But what I'm going to hope for is that we can go from 100 to 100K all the way out to a geostationary orbit with just RCS fuel. So this is going to take a lot of pushing out from here, pushing out from here, pushing out from here, pushing out from here. So let me see how far I can get, and I'll bring you back if I get close enough. All right, hold on. Alrighty, so slight bug, but I think I can deal with it. We need to... I don't have an orbit. I have the Kerbal apoapsis and periapsis, and this is because I saved it once I got here, because I wanted to see. I have a very little monopropellant left, and yeah, I reloaded, and now I don't have my little circle, and I don't want to reload again because I'm going the right direction. So my goal here is we're going to go to this invisible point in space, and then try to bump the 2.6 to 2.8 something. So as soon as I get close, we're going to hit pause, right? See, we're right there. We're going to aim at retrograde. And because we're at retrograde, I'm going to do the opposite you'd think with RCS. And I'm going to push out to push this out. So 2.86 is what we're going for. Aha! There we go. A little bit over, but that was enough to get our science reward. A little bit of monopropellant left. This little blinky green light thing. Oh, stop it. Now Keostationary orbit. So if we were to look at Kerbin, we're always going to be looking at the same spot. So if I go fast, see? Whee! It's like Kerbin doesn't go anywhere, but I spin. Okay, that's dangerous for everything else. So there you have it. We got some things done. That's kind of a funny way to do things like that. Whee! All right, so yeah, I will catch y'all next time. And thanks for tuning on in. We are Moon and Minmus bound to go save Valentina and beyond. So next episode, we'll start in the R&D center, spend some research, get a build on, and head on out. So thanks all for watching. Catch y'all later.